if possible there, folks. When we get into February, it's a lot of times the February blogs. I think we all start feeling maybe half of winter is gone, but we still got to have half of it to go. Some of us took a wee break at Christmas time, got a little bit of sunshine. Some of us are looking forward to March break and maybe a bit of sunshine. But we're just in the second semester, and it's kind of hard to get the motors running again. I hope today that we get your motors running a bit. It's my privilege today to introduce two people that I've known for some time, about 9 years. My relationship with the two individuals that you're going to meet, I don't want to talk about all those relationships because it would embarrass them. But let's put it this way, I think that we've had a lot of laughs together. We've had problems together. I think that we've cried together, both tears of sadness and tears of joy. But I have found them to be energetic people, a high energy level, very, very sincere. And I knew them best when they were your age. They're a little older now. Time marches on. They've gone on to college and university and work. I have a promise from one that 2 years from now, I get first dibs at him as a teacher. So he's at university right now. But they're two guys that I have a lot of fun working with. And I think that when you've seen them, you're going to have a lot of fun hearing them and taking part with them. Andrew Thibodeau, I knew as student council president at Laurier. And Stuart Saunders was his left hand, or right hand, or both a lot of the times. But the two of them together were sort of a dynamic duo. Your president, prime minister, has met both of these individuals and suggested that they might make a good assembly. And because of Craig, they're here today. And I think that you're going to enjoy them as much as I have over the last 9 years. Guys, they're hiding.
Oakridge, I'm Stuart Saunders.
And I'm Andrew Thibodeau. How is Oakridge doing, the team that won the swim championship for like the umpteenth time? How you guys doing today?
I also understand that Oakridge has one of the #1 hockey teams in the city. And I also understand that Oakridge Secondary School is probably going to have the #1 school show this year.
Something that you all know a lot about. In fact, some of you guys might even think you're experts on it. We're going to talk about high school. Okay? Now, when me and Stuart, we see the clothing, we hear the music, we think, phew, 3 years, things have changed. But when we talk to Craig, the student council president, we talk to other students, it's surprising just how little things have changed over the years. Decades. One of those things, and you guys can all relate to this, was that first day of grade 9. What was your first impression of Oakridge Secondary School? And you're laughing because you remember that nervousness, that borderline terror of coming to this place. Stuart, what was one of your first impressions of high school?
Well, actually, my first impression wasn't actually a grade 9, it was a grade 8. I mean, all of us in grade 8 were planning to come to our high school. We were excited. I mean, the thing was like 4 times the size of our whole school. And we were going that grade, the grade 8 tour you go on, you get to see the school before you come. You can see all the really cool tools in the shop room. You get to see the computers in the computer room. You get all the press and everything. Well, we were walking through, and we're going up the stairs, and we're dodging the pennies from the grade 11 and 12s being thrown down to us. And this large guy, roughly, I think, was 6'9", comes up to me. He says, looks at me in the face, he says, "You're Saunders' brother, aren't you?" My brother went to the school before me. Right there and then I looked at him. This man had completed puberty. I hadn't even started yet. This guy had hair where I didn't even know it grew from. He had hair in his face, he had hair in his hands. I mean, I didn't have it anywhere. I looked at him with every ounce of strength in my face. I looked at him and I said, yes. Actually, it was more like, yes. He said, you're dead next year. Right there and then I thought, ooh, high school. I'm failing this year, I'm back in grade 8 next year. Andrew, what was your first?
I can't remember too well what I did the first day of grade 9, but one thing I do remember, the incredible amount of preparation that went in before I even came to school. You remember, it's the night before, guys and girls did this both. It took an hour to decide what the heck you were going to wear. And you set it out at the bottom of your bed. Now, not a stitch of that clothing was older than a week. Even the socks and underwear, brand new. You wake up in the morning, you get up, you go off to the bathroom, pray you don't have to sit on the end of your nose. You get into the washroom, turn on the light, bedhead, turn on the shower, you step in the shower. Your average shower, what, 5 minutes, 7 minutes? Today, it's 25 minutes. You are cleaning every part of your body that you don't normally touch. You know that part, the middle of your back, you can never get, you got the rag going, you're slapping the middle of your back. You want to be clean. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you do not want toe jam on a day like today. So you're cleaning your toes, right? You're getting behind your ears. Your shower's over, you get out, you wipe the steam away from the mirror. Try to find that elusive part. Your ears kind of get squeaky. Need a clean inner ear on a day like today? Get the Q-tips out. Ugh. My nails look horrible. You borrow mom's nail clippers. As a guy, you don't own a pair of nail clippers, by the way. You clip them each to a perfect half circle. Just like I have one. But anyhow. And final thing. BO is a big no-no on a day like today. So, you paste your armpit stuff on, you know. You put on your clothing. You look in the mirror and you say, I'm ready.
You know, Andrew, I can guarantee you that the first day of grade 13, you did not because you're not a clean guy, but you didn't take a 25-minute shower.
I bet by the time you were in grade 13, you were almost done puberty.
I was done puberty, pal. But, why was it that in grade 9, we weren't so comfortable? We were little members coming in here, but in grade 13, we weren't. We were comfortable with it.
And the grade 12s and 13s can relate to this right now. It's because we had learned so much. I mean, beyond what we learned in the classroom. Beyond the pathetic fallacy of Macbeth. Beyond pi, r squared, circle stuff I can't even barely remember myself. Beyond learning how to play the violin, we had learned so many other important things outside the classroom.
The first thing that you have to learn when you're in high school is about risk. Okay? Not war. You see our shirts here? Our shirts say the World Stupid Tour 92. And the reason why they say that is because we're talking about risk, okay? Now what we like to do is a World Stupid Tour survey. Now it's very hard to see up there, but hopefully I can see enough people. How many people out there right now are involved in extracurricular activities, whether it be, you know, football, the school team, whatever? Everyone put your hands up. How many people are actually involved in something? Okay, well that's not bad. That's about 60% of you, 65% of you guys are involved. And how many people actually, when you guys have your pep rallies, go to the pep rallies. No matter if it's a pep rally for the football team, a pep rally for the swim team, a pep rally for the golf team, or a pep rally for the computer club. You guys get up on your stands and you scream at the top of your lungs and you don't stop screaming. How do people actually do that? They never stop screaming, they're always screaming. One. Why is that? Is it because you guys are shy? Not. I don't think so. Is it because none of you guys have any vocal cords? It's not that either, because I heard you guys laugh. Or is it because you're a little scared that just maybe your friends might think you look a little bit stupid up there in the stands screaming? Granted, standing up on the bleachers, all right, waving your hands, you're blue in the face, you might look a little bit strange. Well, anywhere else, but right here. You don't look strange here because it does not look stupid to scream and holler and have a good time. It doesn't look stupid to do that. You don't look stupid by waving your arms there. You don't. All you're saying is, hey, I'm proud of where I'm from. Even if my friends think I look like I'm having a good time. You know, I learned really early in life that it can really hurt if your friends think you look stupid. Really, really, really hurt. When I was in grade 7, I was not exactly the most athletic fellow. I did not own an Oakridge Oaks red shirt like that. But I was not the most athletic fellow in the whole world. And I joined, I don't know what to say. I joined the basketball team, the House League basketball system. This was not the NBA. This was elementary school basketball. Well, it's supposed to count, right? It's for fun. Well, I wasn't the biggest guy. I mean, I was like, short. I wasn't the strongest guy, so I never really got to play a lot. So most of the time I sat in the bench. One day my teacher, our coach, who was part of our house league, said, Stu, hey, get out there, man, and do it like you can. Come on. So, a little nervous, little, know how to play basketball and all. And I got out there, I was out in the half court, and no one was covering me, because no one really took me seriously. So I'm yelling, and I'm going, hey, hello, pass the ball. No one seemed to pass me the ball. Finally, someone goes, oh, hey, Stu's open, let's give it a shot. So they throw me the ball. It's almost like an NBC slow motion replay. This ball coming at me. This is not working there. Okay, it's working. And the ball's coming at me, and I grab the ball, and I got the ball, and I run to the basket, and I shoot. It's in, 2 points. Right? And I expect the country around, the whole crowd to be cheering, All my teammates going, yeah, Stu, right on. Yeah, okay, yeah. Give me the high fives, throw them in the air. The whole team crying because they didn't take me seriously. The other team, I turn around, they're all laughing at me. My team has their jaws on the ground. The reason? I forgot to dribble the ball. I ran half the court, I didn't dribble the ball. Needless to say, I spent the rest of the season on the bench learning how to dribble. Now, that experience may seem very small, but from there on in, I was really apprehensive of getting involved again in something because I looked really stupid in front of my friends. It took me 3 years before I got involved with student council. In grade 10, when I got involved with student council, 3 years. And when I got involved, it was the best thing I ever did. Now, I'm not asking all of you guys to get involved with student council, I'm not. Because even if you did, and they call it student council meeting, you guys all have classrooms, the whole school. Now, your teachers might not appreciate it. Well, then again, they might appreciate it if you guys all left for an hour, but they might not. All I'm really saying to you is that you should really get involved. You should take the risk. Don't worry about looking stupid, because remember when you guys were in grade 4? Remember that? Grade 4 elementary school? Remember? Remember how you got up in the morning and you went to school and it didn't matter if you had a shower? It did. You were in grade 4. God, what were you? Was it 7 years old? 6, 7, 8 years old? Showers weren't important. Women weren't important. Guys weren't important. The girls. Okay? You guys wore your GWGs, your Roadrunners, right? You wore your Adidas rugby pants, the 3 stripes. Remember the sweater that your aunt knit you? Remember the one? Green, blue, and fuchsia? Remember that one? And it was so cute, you thought? And you wore it, didn't matter? So when you arrived at school, you had bed head? Remember that? The sleep in the eyes? The sparky running shoes? It didn't matter. You know what? Not once did it even cross your mind that you might look a little stupid. Not once. Why? Because you really didn't look stupid. But right now, hey, you're getting older. How many out there right now wearing Adidas rugby pants? No? 3 stripes? No one? And how about a zip? Right? Imagine this. Girls, guys, you're the slickest guy in school. Alright? You were the coolest clothes. You got a zip. Right there. Possibility opting out of school today? Yeah. Why? Because you think your friends might think you look a little bit stupid. There's an old saying that says, with age grows wisdom. Well, maybe not. Maybe not always. Not in this case. You could maybe that grade 4 person was a little smarter because it wasn't so important that they wore those Adidas legging pants. Maybe it was. What I'm saying to you, gentlemen, is take the risk, get involved, dare to look stupid. Dare to go out for these things. Don't worry about it. Andrew and I, some of you guys were saying, "Whoop, these guys are stupid." That's okay, that's fine. Because we're taking the risk. Why? Because the rewards are worth it. What you get out of school and what you put out to it usually equal out the same thing. And when you do all this, you guys all can become a team. Because teamwork is where it's at. And because the team is caring. Caring is where it comes from.
There's a TV commercial I always get a chuckle out of, and you guys probably do too. Goodyear means
Tired.
he wants tune-up, so he never gets the answer that he wants. And I feel this frustration when I ask a similar question. I feel this frustration when I ask the question, school spirit means
Tuna.
Walk into that one, thank you. School spirit means joining student council. Maybe. School spirit means going to the hockey games. Well, yeah, that's kind of. School spirit means being loud in assemblies. Gee, that's really not it either. School spirit is caring about your school. Yes, I think that is it. Now think about it. When you're a baby, okay? You're just a little acorn, okay? You're a baby. You care about one thing, ladies and gentlemen. You care about yourself. And you have this little bubble around you. This little bubble of care. A little bubble around your baby, okay? And as you got older, that bubble got bigger. A bigger bubble. You started caring about your parents. You started caring about your brothers and sisters, maybe. You started caring about your relatives, grandma and grandpa. You started caring about your neighbors. You started caring about your friends. You started caring about the groups you're part of, like Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, baseball team. And then you come to this place. And the student council, and the administration, and the groups, and the teams, and the clubs, they ask you to expand that care one final time. To blow up that bubble one final time. And include the entire school. Let's be honest, okay guys? Let's be honest. See, you are great, okay? And you are great, and I'm great, and you are great. And see, if you are great, then the people you hang out with, your friends, well, they must be great too. Because see, great people click, right? And they know they're great, and you know you're great, so you're great, you hang out, great people click. Now, they have friends you probably don't quite know as well, but because they're great and you're great, and great people click, well, they must be great too. Now, they probably have friends as well that you don't quite know as well, but because you know them and they're great, everybody's great. Holy cow! That means that this place that we go to every day, filled with these great people, this place must be great. Bingo. I mean, this place is great because you go here. This place is great because the people you care about, your friends who are great, go here. This place is great because the things you like to do, whether it's studying history, whether it's playing football, whether it's playing euchre in the cafeteria, the things that are great to you are here. You start to care. I mean, this place becomes important to you. You start caring about what your parents think about this place. You start caring about what your friends from other schools say. Oh, Benting's better than Oakridge. Yeah, Bronco this. Because you realize a little bit of you. A little bit of what you care about is right here. And you are great. You don't have to know everybody. You might not necessarily like everybody. But because it's your school, because you're great. Now, there's one great thing about care, okay? Care is contagious. It's really contagious here. I'm a care carrier here, okay? I am just roller skating with care. And I'll give you an example of how care is contagious. Let's think about school dance, okay? I want to go to school dance. I want to go to the school dance because I am friends with Craig, and I want the school dance to go over well because I care about the student council. So I'm going to go. And I tell my friend, hey, let's go to student council, let's go to the dance. It goes fine. That other person's been. You spread it around. You start spreading that care. Yeah, okay, we go. Well, if we go, how will we write this guy? Okay, what will we write him? But if he goes, he really wants that girl to go, because you know they want to start something else. So let's get them to go. Okay, that's great. But you didn't realize when you invited that girl, another guy said, she's going, well, cha-ching, I'm going to go. I'm going to go. So he brings his friends, right? And then the girl, when she's going to bring her friends, she brings a couple more things. Holy cow, you got people carrying all over the place. It's getting contagious. People are not only worrying about their good time, they start worrying about other people's good time. And when you have everybody together in this one big room, tearing all over the place, you can't help but have a good time. And the same thing with pep rides. If the guys in the back are loud, the people in the front are going to be loud. If you're listening to the announcements, the people in the front are quiet, the people in the back will be quiet. If you pick up a piece of paper in the hallway, a lot of people will pick up a piece of paper in the hallway because this is your school and you want to keep it clean. It gets contagious. Be a care carrier. Because the more people you have carrying, the cooler it becomes. Make caring cool at Oakridge Secondary.
You know what Andrew is saying is that by caring, you can easily say, hey, I'm great. You know? You can say, hey, you're great, and you're great, and you're great. Yes, you right there are great. You're great. And with this greatness, this care, you're saying also by saying I'm great, you're saying, hey, I believe in myself. I believe in my friends. I believe in this school. I do. You guys may have heard about believing in yourself and your parents, right? In fact, how many people have actually heard this or seen this? Someone, you're sitting down at your family kitchen table, you're bringing home an exam. Your parents look at you all serious in the face, say, son? Or they say, daughter? This F on this exam? You can do better than that if you believe in yourself? You're like, yeah, right. Sure. I'm telling you, you want to be an astronaut? A mud wrestler? You believe in yourself, you can do it. Now some of you guys might be saying, my parents have not said anything sensible since I was 9 years old. It's very possible since they wore those PWGs and they needed underwears. You believed them. And you look good. It's true. You see, I learned that if you believe, I'm the story guy, by the way. And I learned when I was 16 years old, I was a counselor of a camp, that if you believe in yourself, you believe in the people around you, that you can make a difference. I was a counselor of what they call special needs kids, or especially challenged kids. And this one girl I had, these were kids from ages of 5 years of age until 7 years of age. Now this one young girl had not spoken an audible word, as far as I knew, since she was born. Now, maybe this story should be on That's Incredible or something, I don't know. But I made it my goal that I might be able to make this young girl say something. And I picked out a really easy word, something that she could say super easily. And I said, okay, one syllable, stew. A, it's a cool word. B, it's easy to say. So we designed this program in myself, and I would try and say stew as much as possible to it. Okay? So I did. We did a little thing called the stew song. We'd sit down in the mornings after the buses got to camp, and at lunch, and before the buses went home. And I would sit, she'd sit right in front of me like this, and we'd clap our hands, kind of a beat to it. And we'd do something like, Stu is great, Stu is cool, Stu is the best counselor in camp, right? But no, we'd go on and we'd keep saying Stu as much as possible. And it ended up that the very last day of the week, we were walking down the path towards buses. It was almost, I think it was the Friday of the week. She looked up to me, she was patting on my hand, and she had to go to the bathroom. She was patting on my hand, she looked at me, she said, "Stu." And I thought, wow. Now, whether or not it was totally me, or it was just some syllables that sounded like she said "Stu," it sounded like "Stu." And right there and then, I thought I'd done the most important thing I've ever done in my whole life. And then why I did it, as far as I'm concerned, because I believed that she was capable. I believed I was capable of at least helping. I'm not a miracle worker, nor am I a saint. But I believed that I could do it. See, by believing in yourself, you can change your home, you can change your school, you can change your friends. Because when you believe in yourself, you show to them, hey, I believe in myself, so you believe in yourself. If you believe in each other, you believe in this whole place. And it really does work. Andrew and I don't know everything. It's true. But we do what we know. Some of the teachers here who used to teach us in high school will guarantee you we don't know everything. Especially me. I wasn't that smart at 13. But what we do know is that we believe in ourselves enough to try this. We believe in ourselves enough to think we can make a bit of a difference here, that you guys might take something that we're learning, we're trying to teach you, and you might grab a hold of it, any part of it, whether or not it's we're GWG or not. You see, when you believe in each other, when Craig says, I believe enough to become the president of the school, I believe in myself, I believe in my abilities, and you guys believe in Craig, because he's your president, you elected him. You're showing that, hey, we believe in what we're saying, we believe in Craig, so we can do anything. We can be a team. We can be a family of believers. Because that is important, a team of believers.
There are a lot of teams in high school. The swim team, congratulations once again. The volleyball team, the basketball team, the football team, whatever. But not all of us can play on the sports team. Not all of us can play basketball. Grace. I can't play basketball. Not all of us can play football, not all of us can play hockey, but there's one team that we're all part of. And you're starting to think about it in your head already. You know the team that you guys are all part of. The Oakridge team. I mean, it is no fun playing in the orchestra without having an audience. It is no fun being on the hockey rink without having fans that stand. It is no fun putting on an assembly without a responsive audience watching. Everybody plays a part in the Oakridge team. Grade 9, grade 13, girls, guys, everybody plays a part. And right now, we're going to do a little example of teamwork. And you might think it's just a little stupid. But you know, we all work together, it will probably work. We are going to make it rain in here.
Some of you guys might know this, and some of you guys might not.
You put on the house lights up just a little bit. Now, when Stuart points to your section of the audience, I want you to start doing the movements that I am doing.
Just run through them one quickly. So they are in order.
Okay? Now, the key to this is you just do the actions and you keep your mouth closed.
You gotta be quiet. You have to be absolutely quiet.
Absolutely quiet, okay? And we'll start from this end and work down that way, okay? Just follow what I do.
We'll start with this end. I should have started with that. I don't need one.
Okay?
No, not yet. Wait. Okay. Okay. As I pass.
you would have thought that was a little stupid. But because you cared, you took the risk. You made it contagious, and you all did it together. You listened to what we said. As a team, you made it work. As a team, we just had a little bit of fun. You know, what are we trying to get to? What is the real meaning of high school? Well, I'll tell you. I do know the answer. And it came to me a week before my valedictorian speech in November of 1989. I was at a party, you know, the party was winding down, so the music was turned down low. Playing cards. Playing cards with two high school friends of mine who are my age. Only one would be my best friend. And we're also playing with the roommate, one of the other guys. Now this roommate was a number of years older than us. The type of guy that as soon as he left high school went straight to the workforce. Casual guy, you know, wore t-shirt, jeans all the time. Not into the student council thing or anything like that when he was in high school. Anyhow, we get on the subject of age, and he goes, hey, you guys guess my age? He goes, I'll give you a hint. I've been out of high school for 7 years now. My friend Alphonse goes, do you miss high school? Yeah, it's all cool. I don't miss high school. Let's talk about high school. I don't miss high school. His expression changed. Well, yeah, I do miss one thing about high school. I miss the people. I miss the people. It's friends, ladies and gentlemen. Friends. That's what this place is really all about. I mean, think about those good times. You're at the party of the year. You are airbanding to every song that is playing. You know the words to every song that is playing. And everybody is smiling around you, and you're winning at euchre. People are smiling. You're cracking jokes. Everybody's telling old stories. It's good because your friends are all around, and it's just great. And then you need friends for those other times. When things aren't so great. I think about that horrible year, 86 and 87, where 3 of my best friends had their fathers pass away. You're at your friend's house, and that same friend who just 2 days earlier was the life of the party, suddenly a song comes on, looks at you with a tear in his eye and says, God, this song reminds me of my dad. And all you can do is just give him a hug and say, it's going to be okay. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, they make those good times that much better, and they make those bad times so much quicker, so much easier to overcome. And this place, Oakridge Secondary School, stops being a place full of individuals. It starts being one big family full of friends.
Because that's the answer to the equation, right? You say, okay, so what do we learn here? Or if we learn anything? It's friends, right? The answer to the equation is friends. Because how do you get friends? How do you get the friends? Taking the risks. Not being afraid to look stupid, you meet the new friends. Getting involved, you meet the new friends. By saying, I care about you, these friendships build. They become stronger, and they build. And by showing you care about taking the risk, you're saying, I believe in myself, I believe in you, let's do it. Friendships become more, stronger, and better. Because when you all believe in this, and not all of you will, but it's nice to think that you might actually all one day become friends. Because that makes a team full of friends. And when you graduate, that team you've built up, it's almost like the traded away, isn't it? Because some go off to university, some go off to college, and some go off to the workplace. But although you might be miles apart, you still have one common bond between all of you. Every single one of you, no matter what you think, you still have one common bond. You all were friends at Oakridge Secondary School. You all were friends at your high school.
leave high school, and believe me, you will think about this place often. You will think about it every day, whether you're 22 or whether you're in your 50s. You will think about every day. You think about the days here. Sometimes you'll look back rather critically on them. How will you look back on your days here at Scott High School? Will you say something like this? I wanted to join student council. If only I did.
You know, I really, really want to try for that school show. If only I did.
I really wanted to work hard and get good school grades.
And I wanted to
If only I
try.
did.
Oh, I wanted to try for the volleyball team. If only I did. You see, when you leave high school, guys, leave the if onlys behind. Get rid of them, leave them behind. Don't make if onlys for yourself. Just do it, okay? Because you want to be able to say when you leave high school, when I was in high school, I did.
You want to be able to say when you leave high school, when I was in high school, my friends and I did.
And most of all, when you are in high school, you want to be able to, when you leave high school, you want to be able to say, when I was in high school, Oakridge did. Think about it, guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
The West Side Story, I'm concerned right now. I think they're blinded out here on stage. They're not going to be able to see anything. Is there anyone out there? I think if all of you left, I wouldn't be able to see you. But please don't. This time of the year tends to be a down time of the year, February. We've just finished exams, or you have, not me. Second semester, winter's supposedly half over, or we have half to go, depending on your perspective. Some of you had a break at Christmas time and came back with a tan. Some of you are looking forward to March break, or you'll get a tan. I don't fit into either one of those categories unless you can get a tan out in the snow with a manure spreader. And that's the only time I was out doing it. Anyway, we really thought that, or at least the student council president thought that because this is sort of a down time of the year, that it would be a good time for an assembly where we involve you in part of the assembly. I was even more pleased when Craig suggested the individuals that we have to see you today, because the individuals are people I've known for about 9 years. They were your age when I knew them. In fact, I still know them. They're not your age, so we still know each other. 9 years. They were involved with Student Council Parliament at Laurier when we were there. And they have always been people who have had a great deal of energy and put a great deal into a school. I know that you will enjoy their message. I enjoyed the first auditorium, and when you see me slip out because of this one, it's not because I didn't enjoy the first, but because I have a meeting. But I know that the message that they bring that you will enjoy. Andrew Thibodeau was student council president. Stuart Saunders was his right hand, and his left hand, I think. Together they were sort of a dynamic duo, and I know that you will enjoy this dynamic duo. Well, you're on.
Oakridge, my name is Stu Saunders.
And I'm Andrew Thibodeau. I guess you guys won like the swim team championship for like the umpteenth time, is that correct?
And I also hear that you guys are, was it number one in the conference hockey right now? And I also understand that you guys will have the best school show this year.
Every year, I guess you guys have a best school show, I guess this year. We're going to talk to you guys about something you guys all know a lot about. Some of you guys might even think you're experts on this particular subject. And that subject is high school. High school, you know, me and Stuart, we look at the clothing, the hats, the music. We think, gee, A lot of things have changed since we've left high school, even though it was only 3 years ago. But we're amazed, talking to Craig, the president, and a lot of other people. We're surprised just how many things are the same. How many things have not changed. Take, for instance, the first day of grade 9. Think about it. Think about it for a second. Your first impressions of Oakridge Secondary School. Do you remember that nervousness, that borderline terror? Stuart, what was one of your first impressions of high school?
You know, Andrew, my first impression wasn't actually grade 9 first day. It was grade 8. Remember the tour you go on in grade 8, on the high school you're going to go to in grade 9? Remember that tour? And some teacher, you have no idea who it is, leads you around the school. And this is the home ec room. This is the shop room. We make wooden things here. You know? Well, we were doing the tour, and I was walking up the stairs, dodging pennies from the second floor of grade 11s to 12s. Niners. And as I walked up the top stairs, this man, I stress man, was about 6'9". And he stood, high. Of course, I was like, what, 3'6", I was grade 8. And he says to me, "Hey, you're Saunders' brother, aren't you?" See, my brother went to the high school I went to before me. I looked at him, realizing that he completed puberty before I even started. He also had hair growing in places I didn't even know where it came from. He had it in his hands, I didn't even know it came out of your hands, you know? I gathered all my strength right there and then. I looked at him with all my mind, I said, "Yes." He looked at me and said, "You're dead next year." Right there and then I thought, okay, that's it. High school, out. Grade 8, fail. But I did, I came to school. Andrew, what was your first?
I don't necessarily remember everything I did that first day of grade 9, but one thing I do remember is the incredible amount of preparation that went into that day. And whether you're a guy or a girl, the night before, it took you at least an hour to figure out what the heck you're going to wear. And you set it out at the bottom of your bed, all nicely folded, and not a stitch of that clothing was older than 1 week, even the socks and underwear. You wake up in the morning, you pick the clothing up, you walk into the bathroom praying you don't have a zit on the end of your nose. You get into the bathroom, turn the light, phew, but you do have serious bedhead. So you turn on the shower, you step in the shower. You know, your average shower is what, 5 minutes, 7 minutes? Today, 20 minutes. You are cleaning all those parts of the body you don't normally get to. You know that part right in the middle of your back, you never quite reach, you got the rag and you're slapping your back with it. And toe jam is a definite no-no on a day like today. So you're cleaning out in between your toes, and you get behind your ears, you turn off the shower, you come out, wipe the steam away from the mirror, try to find that elusive part. Your ears feel kind of squeaky. You know, you need to clean inner ear on a day like today. So you Q-tip them out, you know. Ugh, my nails, they look horrible. You ask your mom for the nail clippers. Guys don't own nail clippers, by the way. And you clip your nails to a perfect half circle, just like I have right now. But anyhow, then the key. You can't have BO on a day like today. So you paste on the armpit stuff, you put on the clothing, you look in the mirror and you say, "I'm ready."
You know, Andrew, I bet that the first day of grade 13, you did not take a 25-minute shower. Not because you're not clean, but you took a 25-minute shower.
I bet by the first day of grade 13, you were almost as big as that guy. And you were almost done puberty.
Hey, I was done puberty. But you're right. But when you're in grade 13, and in grade 13, you'll know what we're talking about, you weren't so apprehensive, were you? You were a little more comfortable in grade 13 that first day.
Why? And why were you so comfortable? Because you learned so much. I mean, outside the classroom. Beyond learning the pathetic fallacy of Macbeth, beyond learning pi r squared, beyond learning how to play the piano or violin, you learn so much outside the classroom.
You know, Andrew's right, totally. You do learn so much outside the classroom. So that's why we're going to do the World Stupid Tour. By the way, that's what it is. The World Stupid Tour. 92. That's what we're doing right now. In case you're wondering. You might not be. But anyway, raise the house lights a little bit, okay? Raise the house lights a little bit. You know what's the most unbelievably hard thing to deal with right now? That I'm right there in front of me. The TV up there, and I'm there. If I go like this, and I'm there. And it's really hard to deal with. Anyway, well, I'm going to do a survey, and I want you to put your hands up, okay, to answer these questions. First question is this. How many people out there, bottom level, second level, a little bit, are involved in extracurricular activities, whether it be sports, hockey, orchestra, choir, school show? Put your hands up. Honestly, are totally involved. I don't mean going into a meeting once a year. Okay, that's not bad. That's about 65%. Okay, now, how many people out there, when they go to pep rallies, whether it be for the computer club, a pep rally for the computer club, a pep rally for the hockey team, the swim team, or a pep rally for the dramatic arts division of the school, get up on their bleachers, if you were allowed, get up on your bleachers and yell at the top of your lungs for absolutely every pep rally non-stop. How many do that? One person. Pretty boring pep rallies, eh? One guy standing up all the back, yeah, right on! Why is that? Is it because you guys are shy? Not. I don't think so. Is it because you guys don't have any vocal cords? I don't think so either, because I heard you guys laugh. Or is it because you guys are scared that your friends might think you look a little stupid? Granted, standing up on bleachers, waving your arm like a maniac, and screaming until your face turns blue, you might look a little bit stupid. Anywhere else but right here. Because it's okay to yell and scream. It's not stupid. It's okay to wave your arms. You're not being stupid. All you're saying is, I like my school. And I don't care if my friends think I'm having a good time. Because you are. You know, I learned very early in my life that, not early in my life, early in my school life, that you can be hurt a lot if you get hurt by somebody, by your friends, and they laugh at you. It really hurts a lot. And sometimes you don't do something ever again. Grade 7. Remember it? Grade 7, some of you guys, not too long ago, some of you guys, quite a while ago. Some teachers, well. But I was in grade 7. Remember the house league sports they had there? Remember the house league sports? Yeah. And this one person here is holding her hand up. And anyway, remember the house league sports? And there was basketball. And they had the brown team, the red team, all those silly games. Well, I think it was on the brown house team. I was not the largest guy. I was not the best basketball player in the world. In fact, I still am not the most athletic guy in the world. But, so most of the year I sat on the bench. The big house league season. Really important meeting. But one day, our teacher, our coach says, okay, Stu, get out there and give it all you got. So I went out there, and I'm at center court, and no one seems to be covering me. Obviously because they don't think I'm too much of a threat. And I'm waiting around, hey, over here, throw me the ball, come on, throw me the ball! Right? So finally, out of nowhere, this guy goes, hey, it's Stu, it's like giving a shot, what the heck? Maybe he'll catch it. They throw the ball, turn up, NBC, slow motion replay, up in the air, I catch the ball. Michael Jordan, up in the air. So I catch the ball, and I run all the way down the court. I see the basket coming, I throw it, it is up on the hoop, round 3 times, through it. Now I'm expecting this big high five, and Eric comes around and gives me a high five, so okay, with his shoulders, yeah, Stu's number 1, he's great, going up here, we are the champions in the background. But I don't. I turn around, and I see my entire team with their jaws on the ground. I see the rest of the opposite team laughing hysterically. Why? No, I forgot to dribble the ball. I ran half of the court and I forgot to dribble the darn ball. So the rest of the season I spent learning how to dribble the ball on the bench. But it took me 3 years, and it might not seem like it was very important, but it took me 3 years to get enough guts up to go out in front of friends, in front of the school, and do something again. Because it was a risk. I didn't want to look stupid again. So I got involved with student council. Now I'm not asking all you guys to get involved with student council. I'm not. Because A, if you did, when they call a student council meeting, the entire school will have to leave. Your teachers might enjoy that, but they might not. What I'm saying is, you can get involved and you can take the risk. When you were 4, you were in grade 4. Remember grade 4? Maybe you remember grade 4. Remember grade 4? I remember grade 4. I remember that things are way different now than they were in grade 4. Things were way simpler in grade 4. Were they not? Grade 4 was real darn simple, wasn't it? Because, remember getting up in the morning probably didn't take a shower in grade 4. You know? And they had to brush their teeth twice a day in grade 4. You snuck away from mom. And remember the Roadrunner jeans and the Adidas with the 3 stripes on the side? Remember those that your mom used to always buy you? Remember those? It's not even wonderful. Yeah. Remember the sweater that your aunt knit you with a fuchsia blue and green? Like the really ugly thing that you look at it now and you go, whoa, that was not me, that was not me, that was not me. But you wore it to school, and chances are you never once thought that you looked stupid. Never once did it even cross your mind, when you walked into school and your head was deadhead. You know? Never once thought you looked stupid. But today, oh, hey, I know they're wearing those Adidas 3-stripe pants. And a zip. Okay? We're talking there is world problems in the world. Nothing reaches the zip levels. Nothing in the world, because when you get up in the morning and zip in the nose, there's how many girls out there, not being accepted certainly, might opt out going early to school to see the boyfriend. Big, huge red one right there. Why? Because you're scared the boyfriend might look a little stupid. Don't take the risk, won't try, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. People, I hate the word stupid. I hate it. It does not exist in your and I's vocabulary, other than on our shirts. If you take the risk, we can get involved, you can meet people. Some of you guys might think Andrew and I look a little bit stupid up here on stage, getting on stools and screaming top of our lungs. That's fine, that's okay. Because when you take the risk, you don't mind the chance of looking stupid. You're saying, hey, I care about me, I care about my school. I care.
There's a commercial that I always get a chuckle out of every time I see it. You guys have probably seen it yourselves. Goodyear means...
Tired.
He wants tune-ups, exactly. He never gets the answer that he wants. I feel the same way when I ask people what their interpretation of school spirit. What is school spirit? School spirit is...
Transmissions.
We're expecting this now. They did it at the first assembly, too. School spirit means joining student council. Well, maybe. School spirit means playing on the hockey team. Well, kinda. School spirit means being loud at pep rallies. Well, it's not quite it either. School spirit is caring about your schools. Yes. That's it. Now think about something. Think about when you were a baby, okay? A baby. You're an acorn, okay? You're just a little baby. And picture this bubble around you. It's a little bubble around your baby, okay? This is a care bubble. And when you were first born, you cared about one thing and one thing only. That was yourself. But as you got older, that care bubble got a little bit bigger. It was a bigger bubble. You started encompassing your parents. You started caring about your parents. You started caring about your brothers and sisters. Maybe. You start caring about your relatives, grandma and grandpa. You start caring about your neighbors. You start caring about your friends. You start caring about the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, the baseball team, whatever team you were part of. And then you come to this place. And the student council, and the administration, and the teachers, and the groups, and the teams, and the clubs, they ask you to expand that care bubble one final time. To expand it. To include the whole school. You see, you are great. And you are great. And you are great. You see, we are great. And see, if you are great, then you hang out with great people. Because you see, they know they're great. And great people click, right? So great people hang out, you hang out with this great people, okay. Now they probably have friends that you don't quite know so well. But because you're great, and you know you're great, and your friends are great, and they know they're great, then you gotta assume that they're great too. So they're great as well. And they must have friends that you don't quite know, but because you're great, and your friends are great, and they're great, and they know that they're great, then their friends must be great. Everybody must be great. That means that this place we come to every day, where we see all these people, it must be great. Bingo. I mean, this place is great because you go here. This place is great because the people you care about, your friends, go here. This place is great because the activities and the things you like to do are here. Whether it's studying history, whether it's playing football, whether it's playing euchre in the cafeteria, start to care about this place. You start to care about what your parents think about this place. You start to care about what your friends from other schools are saying about this place. Oh yeah, Banning's better than Oakridge. Yeah, Bronco this. This place is great. Because a little bit of you, a little bit of what's special to you is here. And you are great. You might not know everybody, you might not even like everybody, but you care about the whole bunch of them because they go to your school. And you are great. And there's one really great thing about care, okay? Care is contagious. I mean, I am a care carrier here, okay? I am just oozing care. And you see how care happens. You see how care is contagious. Let's take, for example, school dance. I am friends with Craig. He's putting on school dance. I want to go over well because I care about Craig because he's my friend. So I'm going to go to the school dance. You tell a friend, hey, you want to go to school dance? You extend that care. They go, well, okay, let's go to school dance. Well, we're going to go, let's bring this other person. Okay, you extend it out to 2 people. Okay, well, they're going to go, let's bring this other guy. Okay, but if we bring him along, we got to bring that girl along. They want to stir something up right now, so we're going to invite her along. But little did you realize that when you invite that girl along, another guy saying, she's going, well, Jane, I'm going to have to go. And she brings all his friends, and then she brings all her friends, and holy cow, you got care getting contagious all over the place. People care. People not only worrying about their good time, they start worrying about other people's good time. And when you get them all together in one big room, caring, you can't help but having a good time. And it happens in so many other places. Pep rallies, people in the back are loud, people in the front are loud. Listen to the announcement, people in the front are quiet, people in the back are quiet. See somebody pick up a piece of paper in the hallway because this is your school you want to clean? Another person will pick up a piece of paper in the hallway. It's contagious. Be a care carrier. Because the more people that care, the cooler care becomes. Cool. It's cool to care. Make caring cool at Oakridge Secondary School.
You know what Andrew was saying about caring is that by caring, you're saying, hey, I'm great. You're great. You're great. And you're saying, because I think I'm great, I must believe in myself, right? Because I think my friend is great, he must believe in himself. We believe in each other. We think we're great. Hey, we are great. We believe in ourselves. It's true, folks. How many people have seen this or heard this before in their house? You're sitting at the dinner table, right? The dinner table, the infamous dinner table, where things seem to come up all the time. You've been avoiding all day. So you bring home the test, the math test, the one that you were studying for a good 6-7 minutes before the exam. You bring it home, big F circled on the screen, on the test. Parents look at you seriously, all in the face, and say, son, you know you can do better only if you believe in yourself. You can be a mud wrestler or an astronaut. Just believe in yourself. It's true. Some people might be saying, my parents have not made any sense since I was 9 years old. Because I trusted them and I wore those Roadrunners and Adidas with the 3 stripes. And my hair went, it didn't matter. But they are right. Whoa, your parents are right. Believe in yourself. It's true. You can do anything in the world. I was a counselor at a day camp. I had a really long name. And in fact, one of my ex-campers is now here at this school, Paul. Anyway, he knows himself. Whoa! And, anyway, I was in charge of a group of people who were called special needs. And these special needs people that I was in charge of, they were people who had problems that, they had special needed problems. This one girl had not spoken an audible word since she was born, as far as I know. And I had her in my group. This group was from 5 to 7. I believe she was 6 years old. And I thought, okay, well maybe I can make a difference, maybe I can try, maybe I can get her to say something. So I tried. I thought it was a simple, single word. Something simple to say, easy to say, something everybody wants to say, that's stew. Okay? It's simple to say. We used to play a game, we used to do it every morning, and every afternoon at lunch, and every night before the buses came and picked up the kids to go home. We'd do the stew song. Okay? It's true. And the stew song had kind of a beat to it, it was true. And I can't sing. I'm not the most musically talented person. We used to sit right in front of me, and we'd clap our hands, and we'd say something like, stew is great, stew is cool, stew was the best counselor in camp, right? When we'd go on, I'd say stew in the song as much as I could. Whether or not it was really, mind you, my head got deep. But all I think I was really picking up on was the word stew. I'd say stew as much as I could. Now, at the end of the week, I didn't really know if I was making any progress or not. But at the end of the week, she had to go to the bathroom. Well, not the whole week. She didn't say job. But on the last day of this camp, she happened to have to go to the bathroom. And I was holding her hand, and she tugged at my arm. I looked down, and she looked at me. She said, stew. It's a beautiful story. I don't know if it was because of me she said it. I don't know if she'd been working with that for a long time and maybe she was saying do, but it sounded like stew. As far as I knew it did. I'm not saying I'm a miracle, I'm not saying I'm a saint. I'm just saying I believed in her, I believed in myself, and I tried to do something about it. She said something, whether that was me or not, I don't know. Andrew and I don't know everything in the world. In fact, some of our teachers, we used to be our teachers in high school and here today, and some of them won't agree with me. We don't know everything in the world, especially me. But we do know that we believe in ourselves enough to come here and try and make a difference. If we didn't think we could, we wouldn't be here. We're hoping that we can. We believe in ourselves. Because if you believe in yourself, things can start to change. Things can change in your home if you believe in yourself and your family. Things can change in school if you believe in yourself and your people around you. Things can change if you believe in yourself and your team members on your team. Things can change in your relationships, in your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever. Things can change. Just believing is a big step. Believe in yourself. Don't ever say you're not able or you can't. There's an older man who once told me, his name was Rick Hodgson. There's an older man who once told me I was trying to get an event to come to our school when I was in grade 11. It was a conference event. And I had nothing to do with it, but I really wanted to be involved in it. And I didn't know how to do it. I tried everything I possibly could. I thought it anyway. And all the ways of asking, all the ways of doing it, all the ways. And I asked Mr. Hodgson, I said, Mr. Hodgson, what should I do? He looked at me in the face with one of his wise looks, which he has many of. He said, Stuart, if you want it, just do it. So I just did it. I went and asked and I got the thing and it worked. Come on guys, try to believe in yourselves. Try to believe your friends around you. Come on the school show, believe in yourselves. It'll be a good school show. Because when everybody believes in each other, you get to have a team, a family, and one phenomenal family.
There are several teams in high school. There's the golf team, the swim team, congratulations once again, the football team, the hockey team, but not all of us can play on the sports teams. Not all of us can play basketball.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not all people can play hockey. Not all people play golf. But there's one team that everybody here is a part of. And you already got it in your head. You guys know what I'm going to say because you're starting to get the point already. There's one team each and every one of you is part of. Because I mean, it's no fun playing in the orchestra without an audience. It's no fun being in the play without an audience. It's no fun playing hockey without fans. It's no fun doing an assembly without a responsive crowd. Everybody plays a part in this Oakridge team. And we're going to do a little example of teamwork here. Right now. Right here. And you might think it's just a little bit stupid. But you know, I'm going to give it a try anyhow. Because I believe in you. And I think it'll be a lot of fun and it'll work. What are you doing?
I broke the mic stand. I'm
Just
sorry.
thinking, geez, what I just said didn't draw much laughter last time. But anyhow, we are going to make it rain in this auditorium. Now, the key to the rain, okay, is doing only the actions we to I do, and the people, you only start doing that action when Stuart's finger points to your area. And you keep doing that action until the finger comes around again and you do the next action. Keep your mouth closed and it works out amazing, and it's a perfect example of teamwork. So let's get started. Okay? Okay. What do we do? Under half one. Everyone. On any normal day, you might have thought, that was a bit stupid. But because you guys all took the risk, because you all cared enough and spread the contagious disease that's called care, and listen to us, it worked. As a team, you made it work. As a team, you made it a lot of fun. Now, what are we trying to get at here? What, our 5 years that we were in high school and the years after, what have we figured out the real meaning of high school, beyond what we were already said? And I'll tell you, it was revealed to me just a week before I was to do my valedictorian speech at commencement in 1989. Sitting around at a party. The party was winding down, so the music had been turned down and went out playing euchre. Playing euchre with two friends I went to high school with, one of which was my best friend, and another guy. He was their roommate, one of my other friends. He was a little bit older than us. Type of guy that, as soon as he left high school, went straight to the work world, some jeans, t-shirt, never got into student council type of thing, that type of guy. We got on the subject of age for some reason, and he asked us, guess how old I am? And he said, I'll give you a hint. I've been out of high school for 7 years now. My friend Alphonse, for some reason, goes, listen, did you miss high school? And he go, cool, I don't miss high school, I don't miss high school. But then his expression on his face changed. He said, well, there's one thing about high school I miss. I miss the people. I miss the people. It's friends, ladies and gentlemen. That's what this place is really all about. I mean, think about those really good times. You are at the party of the year. I mean, every song that's playing, you know the words to everyone. You're airbanding. Everybody's having a great time. You're winning at euchre. People are smiling. People are laughing. The jokes are cracking are going over great. You're talking about old stories. Friends are all around you, laughing and smiling. It is great because you're surrounded by your friends. But friends are also great on those not so good times. And I think about that horrible personal year, 1986, 1987, when 3 of my best friends had their fathers pass away in a 12-month period. You start learning the definition of friendship when that same friend, just 2 days earlier, was the life of the party. You're now at his house, a song is playing, and he looks at you with a tear in his eye, and he says, God, this song reminds me of my father. And all you can do is give him a hug and say, it's going to be okay. Friends, they make the good times that much better. They make those bad times so much quicker. So much easier to overcome. This place will stop being Oakridge, a place of individuals, and will start being Oakridge, one big family full of friends.
Friends are the answer to the equation. The equation of everything we said. What does it all mean? Well, I'll tell you what it means. Friends is what it means. Because when you take the risks, you don't care, you don't worry about if you look stupid or not. You take the risks, you meet new friends. And when you meet the friends, you say, hey, I care about you as my friend, I care about me, we're great. That builds the friendships. And by building the friendships, you become stronger. You say, I believe in myself, I believe in you, I believe in our friendship, I believe in all of our friendships. With that comes new, stronger, and more friendships. And it's nice to think, isn't it, that if everybody at Oakridge Secondary School, everybody could believe in those things, everybody could be friends. Whether or not they're like rap music or rock music. Everybody could be friends. It's nice to think that. Because with all everybody was, you'd have one heck of a phenomenal team full of friends. Now you will build a team. You will. Because when that team graduates, it's almost like a team is traded. Some of you are traded off to university. Some of you are traded off to college. And some of you are traded off to the workforce. But even though you're miles away, some of you in Toronto, Ottawa, wherever, you will still have one common bond. No matter who you are or what you think, you will still all have one common bond. Because all you had friends here at Oakridge Secondary School. You had friends at this high school.
When you leave high school, you will think about high school often. Probably every day. Whether you're 22 or whether you're 52. When you think about your years here, how will you evaluate them? Because let me tell you, as you get older, you get more critical about what you've done in your past. How will you look back at your years at high school? Will you say something like this? Will you say, I wanted to join student council, if only I did?
Or you say, hey, I really wanted to start the school show, but if only I did.
I really wanted to get good marks and work hard, if only I did.
And I really did want to try the volleyball team, if only I did. You see, that's it. You don't want the if-onlys. When you leave high school, you want to leave those if-onlys way back. Way back. You want to be able to walk out of high school and look back and say, when I was in high school, I did.
You want to be able to look back and say, when I was in high school, my friends and I did.
And most of all, you want to be able to look back at high school and say, when we were in high school, Oakridge did. Think about it, guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
first stop in our World Steward Tour, okay? And from now till the day we die, we will remember the first school, first audience, and the first claps we ever heard. And that will forever be the best school in London, Ontario, Oakridge Secondary School.
Okay, one more thing before you guys get out of here, and it's very quick. I just want to explain something that you in the second auditorium missed in the first auditorium. Andrew and I, as you said, are just starting the World Steward Tour 92. We do have many dates coming up. Next week we're at Montcalm. Week after that we're at Beal Leadership Conference. Week after that we're at South, and it goes on. But we have what we call the Pump It Up Award. Okay? In fact, the little pin, it's not like a, like a Pump It Up Award is in Florida. It's just a small pin that says Pump It Up 92, a little lightning bolt through it. And it seems really tacky, but it's when Andy and I find somebody that we think displays abilities to pump it up. Now, in the first auditorium, we gave one to Craig Ingram because he had the ability to say, hey, these guys aren't bad. He heard us at Central and said, let's get up to Oakridge. And we also gave one to Mr. Rick Hodgson because he has so much, had so much influence in our lives and got us to where we are and made us this good. So we gave him a Pump It Up Award too. Oakridge, we're out here, pump it up all through the next year. The school show is going to be awesome. The swim team is awesome. Your hockey team will win the state championships. You guys are outstanding. Remember one thing, Oak is solid, it's strong, and it lasts forever. See you guys later.